How's it going? I'm Jeff. I play guitar in Letlive.
I'm Jason Aalon, and I sing in Letlive. And this is a story of how music saved our lives.
I started at a very, very young age, so like playing piano like when I was about 3 years old. I picked up a guitar when I was about 14. It was really hard for me to make friends, so I used to sit in my room and play guitar all day, just kind of keep myself busy and kill those lonely Fridays and whatnot. And it kind of just escalated from there. I joined my first band, played some shows, and I just kind of never looked back, and here I am.
My father was a musician who performed, so I guess I was surrounded with it. From my father, playing it, to my mother blasting Queen and ABBA every time she would be cleaning the house, and I'd be home with her. From there on, obviously there was a predisposition for me or an inclination for me to want to play music, and following my teenage years, I was hit with a very harsh reality of many things, from domestication to facing my own mortality, just being sick a lot and in the hospital, coming out of the hospital. The only thing, and albeit cliche, the one thing that did remain consistent with me was music, because it didn't judge me. It didn't tell me I was wrong. It didn't tell me I was being a punk or being a bitch for feeling the way that I felt. And it allowed me to say and do the things and explore parts of myself that I could never do otherwise.
I went through a hard time between my first love that I was with for 8 years. On top of that, losing your first big band, and losing your best friend at the same time, letting your family down, getting kicked out of college, losing your job, and tremendous amounts of debt, both in credit card and in student loans. And at the age that I was at that time, you kind of don't know how to handle it, because you haven't really found yourself yet either. So you turn to things like drugs and alcohol, and there just comes a point in your life where I have a track that I had written when I just pretty much gave up on myself. It's a very selfish act, and I'm a very selfless individual. But at that time, you don't think about others. It's kind of there's no way out of this. There's no open door. I don't see a light at the end of the tunnel. I honestly made a small little attempt at kind of taking myself away from everything, because I didn't have the strength to kind of get through it. And I ended up passing out for 2 days, and I was actually a couple days ago, it's funny, I was listening to one of the tracks. I had a 3-minute track, and I sang until the first verse, and I actually have it on record of where I kind of passed out. And that was it for me. I actually woke up 2 days later on the floor, didn't really know where I was or what had happened. And one of my best friends sitting over there actually helped me out, helped save my life, really. If I looked at myself in the mirror, I would make sure that I would man up, kind of overcome the challenges and negative aspects of my life, and at the same time help other people who kind of went through the same emotions as I did. I'm a very emotional guy, so I got up, I manned up, I got on my 2 feet, I looked at my computer, promised myself I'd finish that EP, I'd prove everybody wrong. I'd get a stand-up job for a little bit, take a break, get my life back in order, pay off my debts, talk to my counselors, get myself back in school, finish up school, apologize to my family. I wrote a record, ended up being pretty successful, and kind of opened up a lot of doors for me. I got to go in the studios, I got to session play with some of the biggest producers in the world. I got to tour, I got to find success, I got to make really good friends, drop the drugs, steered away from the alcohol, found myself, became happy, and I get to share my story with other people. And for a long time, I opened up a PO box, and where I would accept letters from kids and old fans and friends of mine. And this box used to fill up with just hundreds of letters all the time, and actually write songs directly related to their stories that they would submit to me, just to kind of give back and help other people get through whatever they're going through. And still to this day, I always have personal connection with people, or whenever I hear about people going through certain aspects in their life that I went through. So I was a part of that semester. I get to kind of personal conversations and kind of try to lift them up again and say it's a permanent solution to a temporary problem. you can be strong with that. And if I can overcome the things that I overcame, truly, if anybody can.